Yes. Yes. So now tell me, so as I understand from your question, you have studied BSc
Yes.
and any specific specialization in BSc?
BSc actually chemistry and computer application. And simultaneously, I did my NCC. I'm an NCC cadet.
Okay. And you then joined a corporate, which is a
Yes.
BPO but you joined in quality control.
I joined as an agent, but I got promoted within like 2 years, approx 2 years, I got promoted to a supervisor level post
Okay.
joining there.
Okay. So now when it comes, so your question is that if you are about to get certified, you have completed most of your assignments, how should you start your practice? So like
Yes.
how I always say that it is important to first fix a target market because that's step one.
Hmm.
Because, like if you have to go somewhere and you need to decide, okay, how will I go? Do I take a cab? Do I book an Ola? Do I go by car? Do I go by bus? But before deciding all this, you have to decide where you want to go. So that's what the
True.
target market is. So your target market could be two things. Either it could be BSc graduates looking for job opportunities in the companies, or it could be recent hirers in the companies, similar kind of an organization where you are, guiding them in terms of how they should be ready. They should either settle in the job and then maybe get promotion. I mean, what they need to do to get promoted. I mean, what kind of qualities they need to show and things like that. So this is where you need to focus on. And
Hmm.
like I said, so the decision that you need to make today is whether you should choose the student who is getting into the corporate or you should choose people who have already got into the corporate.
Hmm.
So, see, eventually it is two sides of the same thing. Because
Yes.
let's say today somebody was a college student and they got a job, they come to the other side. So there is a very thin
Absolutely right.
line between the two target markets. But I personally feel, especially looking at your age, like you said, you are 25, right? So looking at
Yes.
your age, it might be better for you to start from the college student
Students.
perspective
Yes.
because there you will have more, I mean, in terms of more weightage, you will
Hmm.
have more credibility. However, what you need to do is that you need to design what you are. See, there are a lot of people who are offering job readiness kind of a program. I mean, to
Yes. True.
colleges or wherever. So, how do you stand out? How you stand out is what you need to think that. So, typically, what people do that they will have a job ready kind of a program which will only focus on interview skills. Resume, appearance, body language, I mean, everything to do with getting selected
Yes.
in the job ready program. In the campus to corporate program, meaning once the corporate have hired people, the induction or training them on how to settle, that is where you teach them how they should settle well in the job. What are the responsibilities? Although the company is going to train them, but most people need extra understanding of them. Plus, what are the things that they should take care of in the initial few months of the job that they come across as responsible, they come across as, I mean, they come in the eyes of seniors. I mean, in terms of in future getting promoted. So what
Yes.
happens that these two are usually dealt in two different programs for different people. But
Hmm.
what you can do is that your job readiness kind of a program, you can bring some elements of this over here also
Yes. True.
where your unique selling point will be that my program is not only job readiness, like interview readiness, it is also after selection. I mean,
It's
in
like
terms of what you need to do. So that is can be your USP. I mean, that is what I feel.
it's like ICBI supporting recent soft skills trainers to help them set their own business.
Absolutely. So
Post
something like
certification.
that, while,
Okay.
so I hope you understand the difference. Most of the job readiness kind of a program end with the selection,
Selection. Yes,
and
true.
the other programs start with once you have got selected. But
How
what
you
I
can
am
be
telling
there.
you is that parallel line where you bring some elements from there to here, and you can even name your program accordingly. So, I mean, you'll have to work it out by doing some search, but just as a offhand, I mean, if I, something like that, how to get your dream job and settle well, and how to get your dream job and get promoted within 1 year. I mean, something like that. I mean, that
Hmm.
a proper name has to be thought about. So when suppose you are going to market this program, see, also understand one thing, this B.Sc kind of a structure usually happens in degree colleges, right?
Yes, true, sir.
Where we are doing BCom, BA kind of things
Yes.
and B.Sc.
Yes.
Now, typically what happens that majorly trainers selling job readiness programs usually go to engineering colleges and MBA colleges.
That is
Usually
true.
people don't go to degree colleges. See, because degree colleges don't have placement pressure. MBA and engineering colleges have placement pressure.
Yes.
But since you will be focusing on B.Sc, you will have much lesser other people pitching to the
Who are
same crowd. I mean, and you could kind of offer something to the college. You can also offer something to the individual students. And you can also have your own open workshop where students can join. I mean, so I think this plan will be the best plan for you. And we can then work on it if you feel comfortable with it. If this excites you, you do some more research on this, and then we can go to the next step. Or
sure,
maybe
sir.
trying to name your program, maybe you trying to create, like I said, you need to create a
Hmm.
signature workshop, you need to
Yes.
create a free workshop. What will you name, then how, what will your logo should be, and how
Hmm.
everything should be, then it can go on the basis of that. So I would be willing to completely handhold you on that. But first
Sure.
you take few days,
Hmm.
you live with this thought, and if you feel that okay, this is fine, this is the target market that you want to go with, then we meet again and then we take it to the next step.
Sure, sir. So my next steps would be whether I'm comfortable taking degree students as my first target market and start ahead in this and
And
understand.
offering something different, offering something which combines two worlds, not only how to get selected, but how to also settle in, how to be a professional in doing your job. I mean, so it's not only interview skills, it is also a little bit of job readiness skills where till the time you got selected, this is what you need to think of. After you get selected, this is what you need to do. I mean, so that you do well, and then you also,
Yes, like
are
before and after
on
getting
a
into the
quick
system.
ladder to promotion, like that.
Sure, sir. I'll work on these parts and I'll get back to you. Maybe.
Yeah. And then we will
Yeah,
go to the next steps.
sure, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
And we will
Yeah.
create a whole journey. I mean,
Hmm.
like, okay, if this is your target market, then your signature workshop, then your website, then your social media, then what should you write about, what should you talk about, then everything can be created accordingly.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All the
Thank
best.
you so much, sir.
Yeah. Write to
Thank you.
me once you have done and we can connect again for the next steps.
Sure, sir. I'll get back to you on this.
All right. Yeah.